Peace, love, and life, family. I'm coming on here to bring a message that I just received in regards to year 8 and this concept of abundance. And I say concept because, as a concept, abundance means various things to various people. And I received a message regarding abundance and what it means. And the message was that abundance, specifically, the message was that in year 8, abundance means something different to different people. So, what abundance means to one person, okay, and what abundance is going to look like for one particular group of people, it's not going to be the same thing for another group of people. There is a group of people out there that have, it seems like they've always known what the term abundance means in terms of lifestyle and the way things appear. And part of it is because they have attained wealth. Okay, they have attained wealth through various means. They have attained wealth through subordinating certain groups of people and taking what doesn't belong to them. And so, for that particular group of people, wealth, and I'm just really receiving this, wealth is not necessarily abundance. And there are some that have the wealth and not necessarily abundance. So it's important that we don't confuse wealth with abundance. Wealth, for the group of people that have taken, that have stolen, that have received or stolen really by means of by dishonest means, those who have attained wealth by way of subordinating certain groups of people just so they can attain what they want. For them, wealth tends to mean more of like material possession. Okay, how many cars do we have? What labels, what brands, do we use? Okay, and wealth tends to look more like material possessions. Okay, how much does the house cost? How much does this bag that I'm wearing? What's the make of it? Those sort of things. In year 8, what it seems like is that there's going to be a group of people that more identifies with wealth, and this is more of material possession. Now, there are those who more so identify with abundance, and it's going to look different for this group of people. And this is the group of people who are chosen. Those are the group of people that have a mission, a spiritual mission, a physical missions, things that they have been sent to do here on this planet. Those who know that they are connected to the cosmos and the various planets that exist. Those that know that they're connected to nature and all the elements. We see year 8 differently when it comes to wealth and abundance. When it comes to wealth and abundance, this particular group of people, because of their connection to the cosmos and all the elements, they're not only identifying and are going to see wealth, they're going to see abundance. And abundance encompasses, and different people may have different views of this. But in terms of how I see wealth and abundance, I see abundance as being something that is all encompassing. I see abundance as something that encompasses wealth. It can also be material possession. It can also mean that you have the material possessions in your possession. But it goes further than that. Okay, it not only means that you can and are capable of having the physical manifestations that relates to having and manifesting, like the cars and the house and all of that. It means that you have, and that you have on a greater scale. It means that you are abundant. It means that you have all that nature, all of nature, all of the cosmos working on your behalf. Okay. And some may say, and some may think that, well, what is this abundance if I don't have the material possessions in order for me to do what it is that I will to do? Because it is the case that oftentimes those who are chosen may not necessarily see the physical manifestations, like, those who are attaining the physical manifestations of, having, they experience it differently because they're going about it differently. Okay. And a lot of the chosen may say that, they don't have, why is it that they don't see the physical manifestations the same way? Well, because, you also have to remember that, human beings in today's time have been taught to think about wealth in abundance differently. Okay. What we think of as wealth is not necessarily abundance because a lot of people actually have, these physical material possessions, yet they're struggling. They're struggling. They're struggling to do this. They're struggling to do that. And they're struggling not only like physically, they're struggling mentally, they're struggling spiritually. It still continues to be a struggle for them. Now, those who are abundant, okay, they know that they have access. See, that's the difference. Abundance means that you have a source that is available to you. You have kind of like, you have a source, okay? You have a source that is available to you that cannot be touched, that cannot be manipulated, that cannot be taken away, regardless of whether or not the physical aspect of abundance is removed. The source is still there. The source that you can go to take what you will is still there. You have access to it any at all times. And that is what it means to be abundant. And that source, the most significant aspect of it is that source is not just on a physical plane, because if it was on a physical plane, you would not be abundant. Okay. And this is what differentiates the wealthy from those who are abundant, because the wealthy has the physical manifestations of, just having, while those who are abundant have the physical manifestations as well as the spiritual manifestations. They have a source that goes beyond the physical. Okay. They have a source that they can go to that is beyond the physical, because we know that the things in the physical, they come and go. They're not lasting. They change. Okay. And we see this, just by how we see, things fluctuating economically. There are different things happening. And so what that means is that those who claim to have wealth at this time are experiencing, a diminishing effect on that wealth, because their wealth is solely connected. Though their wealth is more on a physical plane, while you see what those who are abundant, those who have a spiritual connection to the cosmos and the divine, they may also have that physical wealth. They also have that spiritual wealth. They have a source that they're connected to, that is beyond the physical plane. Okay. And this means that when you are abundant, it's not only the physical manifestations of wealth that you see the spiritual manifestations of wealth. So what does that look like to be abundant in year 8 as a chosen? It means that you are connected to a source that will allow you to attain that physical wealth at will. You have in that spiritual connection means that you can tap into it at any time and receive what you will at any moment in time. And the difference also is that you may not always see, because when you are chosen, your spirit guides will not always allow the physical plane to see the abundance that you have, because of the various things that comes with man and jealousy and people hating. Okay, so and you will see that there are a lot of people who are actually abundant, yet the world doesn't see it. You are abundant. If you are chosen, you are abundant, yet the world may not necessarily see it, and they're not meant to see it. Okay, your wealth, when you are abundant, your wealth is meant to be it's not meant to be seen by the world the same way. And in fact, for some, your wealth is not meant to be seen. Your wealth may actually be hidden, because if you notice, the people that are wealthy, that just operate on a physical plane, they're not able to enjoy their wealth as readily, because they're always concerned about being watched. They have to have these security guards, and they can't go just anywhere that they want to, especially for those that have wealth that come with fame, who are always on the spotlight. And that's that physical manifestation of year 8 for them. So year 8 looks differently for different people. Year 8 looks different for a specific community of people. For the chosen, year 8 is about this accessing and tapping into this pool of abundance. And that pool of abundance is one where those who are just operating on a physical level may not have access to. Okay, they may be coming into the realization, they may be coming into that aspect of tapping in spiritually, but unless there's a connection, there's a spiritual connection, they're operating in this wealth energy, and while the chosen are operating in abundance energy, which means that you have access to everything. And it also means that being abundant means that you have access to information. And a lot of folks may not see that as abundance, but information is power. Information allows you to liberate yourself in a moment where, as a chosen, you are meant to experience freedom to its fullest, because you are chosen. You are connected to the cosmos. You have access to information, and that is abundance. Whereas there are a lot of folks who operate differently, may not see that as abundance. Okay, and that information can be used to actually attain the wealth. And the main difference, okay, the main difference with the chosen and those who operate differently is that there's a spiritual connection that cannot be taken by man. It cannot be taken by any source, because your connection to spirit is what makes you abundant. Your connection to spirit is what brings the wealth, the physical manifestation of abundance, that wealth. Okay, and while the wealth is, and it can be fleeting, it comes and goes based on the changes that man makes. Abundance, because it's connected to the cosmos, the planets, it's infinite. Like that infinite symbol that you see that represents the magician is the symbol of abundance. It's not necessarily the symbol of wealth. Okay, because wealth is more It's an energy that operates more on a physical plane, while abundance encompasses spiritual connections and energy. Okay, so going back to that magician symbol, that symbol of infinity, that symbol is actually a symbol of abundance. Why? Because abundance is infinite. Abundance is it's your connection to the source that actually brings everything into the material plane. Now in tarot, you see this the Ace of Wands card, and that in itself is kind of like a connection to this infinity symbol, because it tells us that the things that we can imagine, we can essentially materialize it. If you can imagine it, you can materialize it. And that's an aspect of abundance as well. And this is why abundance is different than wealth. Abundance is about, your imagination. Abundance is about possibilities. Abundance is about, that which you have yet to understand, that is working on your behalf in order for you to keep moving, in order for you to have. Okay. And if we think about, just the universe and how vast it is, that is like energetically represents abundance, because we have yet to understand the various planets and all these planets being born, and all these stars and things like that. We have yet to understand that, and that is energetically representing abundance. We have yet to understand how much the universe actually works on our behalf in order for us to live freely, to liberate ourselves, to live with the energies of being free to have choices and make choices. Like that in itself represents abundance. So just know the difference between abundance and wealth, because many people are chasing wealth not knowing that it's not abundance, that wealth is fleeting, that it comes and it goes, it fluctuates based on man's standards of what should and shouldn't be. And once you understand the difference between abundance and wealth, then you will tap into that infinite possibilities and tune into that magician energy. And then you truly will see that year 8, and you will see why year 8 is about being the year of the magician. You will see that magician energy is about abundance and not necessarily about wealth. And that is the major difference between manifesting and being connected to that energy of manifestation. Okay, that's the difference between being connected and not connected to that energy of manifestation. That is the message that I wanted to bring to you. I hope you continue to manifest. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if this message resonates. Peace, love, and divine light.